Warning, 30 Screams or Less may contain spoilers about movies that have recently been released. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it, come back, and enjoy the show. Or, if you don't want to waste your time watching the movie and rather have two random horror dudes watch it for you, we got you covered as well. Welcome everyone to 30 Screams or Less, a horror movie podcast where we review horror movies in 30 minutes or less. Today, we're actually going to be recapping our time in Texas for the Texas Frightmare Weekend. So we're going to talk about everything that we did, panels that we checked out, people that we met, other lunacy that we have experienced, and so much more. So this is going to be fucking riddled with tangents, for sure. So, I mean, people love our fucking
and hot
tangents.
Dogs.
They just... Hot dogs. Oh, God. Oh, no. No. I don't want to say that. And we're going to get into that. We will talk about...
Yes.
We will talk about
I had to get that out of the way.
But I can't say it because it's going to fuck up my algorithm worse than it was. But first, Corey, true horror story. Looked in the mirror this morning. My beard, an absolute nightmare. Dry, wild, looked like it clawed its way out of a crypt.
That's terrifying, man. Did you hit it with that beard Octane?
Oh, yeah. Beard wash, conditioner, beard oil brought it back from the dead.
Fellas, don't let your beard turn into a creature feature. Keep it alive and kicking with Beard Octane.
And right now, hit beardoctane.com, use code 30screams10, get 10% off. Save some cash and save your beard from becoming a horror show.
Bad beard day? We've had plenty. Beard Octane's the fix. We swear by it.
All right, we're going to just get into it. Corey, why don't you start us off? Typically, you start off the podcast anyways. Start us off with day one and the lunacy that is to come.
Well, we're not even going to talk about Texas Frightmare yet. We're going to talk about the day before we left.
Have to.
So we both work full-time jobs. We both worked our jobs, and we had tickets to a show at the beach. So we went and saw Avatar, Flesh God Apocalypse, and Frozen Soul. Right? So we leave this show at probably 11 o'clock at night. We thought we had a 5:30 a.m. flight the next day, but Steve can't read.
I can read. No,
So
the flight is
we got
at
to the
5:30.
airport.
Go ahead.
No, we get to the airport and go to check our bags, and the lady's like, "1 more minute, and I would have had to decline you." And I'm like, "What?" And Steve pulls out the boarding pass, and he's like, "Oh, they started boarding already." So we got to fly through security or fly through TSA, check our bags, and get up to the gate by, I mean, the flight's going to take off at 5:30. It's what, 5:15 at this
something
point.
like that.
So naturally, we're both shitting our pants. We're like, we've been talking about Texas Frightmare for months now, and we're not even going to make it.
So the thing is, Corey is like, oh, you know what? We just show up like a half hour before the flight and we're golden because there's no one ever at the airport.
That is usually the case.
Down the street. I'm like, okay, sure. So yeah, it said on the ticket, the flight is at 5:30. And so we get there for like 5:10 and they're just like, ooh, 1 more minute. I'm like, the flight hasn't even taken off yet. What the hell does it matter? It was a ridiculous start to the morning because I'm all stressed out thinking like, holy shit, we're not going to get through this gate because there were some people that were taking their sweet ass time trying to make it through TSA. Fucking asking questions. I'm like, stop asking questions. Just put your stuff on the conveyor belt and go.
And meanwhile, you're like standing at TSA and you look directly across from where we're standing and you can see our gate.
Yeah, it's right there.
But we're on the other side of security.
I could throw something and hit our gate. It's very close by. So as long as we made it through TSA, we were right there. We basically are walking onto the plane. So it's a small airport. It's nothing like fucking Logan, that's for sure. But once we got on the flight, we had a layover, right? Yeah, we have like one layover. We just hung out for like fucking 15 minutes or a half hour, and then we hit our next flight and then off to Texas. So it was kind of a light travel day. We were there like within 6 hours. So it wasn't too bad. 6 hours, 7 hours, but I was...
Yeah, with the time difference, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I was stressed at the fact that of getting onto the plane of the first flight and then worrying about being late for the connecting flight. So I'm fucking like booking it. Corey's like, we're gonna be fine, dum-de-dum-de-dum, and and I'm like panicking because I don't want to fucking miss that flight. We gotta get to Texas because, hey, like, we don't have money to fucking simply buy another ticket. So we need to make sure we're on that flight. And we got there. We take our Uber. We get to our hotel, and it was a Red Roof Inn. Not bad. The area was a little sketchy. A little bit. We'll get into that.
Yeah, I learned out what attempted robbery is like, but we'll get there.
Get there.
Steve had to tell me.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
They tried robbing us. That's all right. That's okay. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, we get into our hotel. It's actually not bad, even though the area is sketchy. Inside, very clean, no complaints. We get some DoorDash. We ordered like fucking $80 worth of Whataburger. Because we don't have that in our area, so we're just like, fuck yeah, let's have that. So,
ooh, that burger with Texas toast.
Yeah, that hit like you wouldn't fucking believe, because we had some stuff in the morning for food, like nothing really substantial. So when we got there, we were just fucking hungry, and we're like, you know what? Let's get something that we can't eat at home. So let's have Whataburger. And DoorDash was very important to us through the rest of the 4 days that we were there, 5 days.
Yeah, they just deliver your food to your hotel room door. You don't have to talk to anyone.
Yeah, it was awesome. Our hotel room, by the way, was like, the door was outside, so they can easily just drop our shit off like outside the door, and we just go outside and grab it. I haven't stayed at a Red Roof Inn, actually, I don't think ever, but it's similar to that of a Motel 6, where it's not like inside the building. It's like, you know, you walk up the stairs, or you just go straight into your room. That's how it is, though. But I liked it. It was a decent place. Had a 7-Eleven next door. Red Lobster across the street, which... yeah. We ate like heathens.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
We got the shrimp sweats.
Yeah, we did. Okay, this was on Thursday. So Thursday was a wash. We just got there. We had food. We spent a lot of time traveling, so we don't want to fucking do shit after that. But Friday is when it all fucking starts. So Friday, we had time to kill. So we went and saw a movie. We went and saw Mandalorian and Grogu, right? That was on Friday. Yes, it was on Friday because when we showed up at the fucking convention center, we were like, holy shit, because there was a lot of fucking people waiting to get in. I haven't experienced anything like that where a sea of people are waiting to get into a convention center. That was new to me.
Yep. And come to find out, pretty much 80% of them were headed to Matthew Lillard's line as soon as the doors open.
Yes. 2 years in a row, cucked by Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
Just not happening. We tried a silver screen last year. Didn't happen. We tried on Friday. We got in line, and the line was just for a ticket to guarantee your spot. I'm sorry. You're right. Not guaranteed. Tickets. But to say that, like, okay, you have a group number. When they call this group, you get in line, which was actually kind of nice. What was it, a virtual ticket they call it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was called a virtual ticket. But the good thing about that is if you get that ticket, now you have a group. Then if they call that group, you just go, you get in line, you get to meet the celebrity. So I like that because that allows you to actually walk around the convention, take a look at some things, and then they'll just call your number or like send out a notification on the app, and then you just go. So yeah, it never came. So we had our virtual tickets, but it was capped before we could even have a chance. So that was Friday. We're like, shit. So we go, all right.
But at least we were able to like do some other stuff we wanted to do.
Exactly.
Like, we went and we, finally got to meet Billy Pon. I mean, we've had Billy on the show before, and super, super awesome guy. Gave us all kinds of stuff.
So much.
For no reason.
Dude, it was almost like we were just fucking shopping for Circus of the Dead 2 stuff. He's like, here you guys go. Like, can I pay you for this fucking Blu-ray? Holy shit.
No, just
take one, I guess. Okay.
But yeah, sure. We got to meet Billy and Kelly Wilson, who is in Circus of the Dead too. She was very sweet. But yeah, we hung out with them for a little bit, and then, I mean, the place was already packed for the first day. Within the first hour, it was already jammed, and good for them. This is a huge convention. I know you were grateful to be there, like I was too, that we were invited to be there.
For sure.
But it was cool just being among this sea of people just like us who love this shit, but we get to talk to people. We're telling people about what we do because people are asking. They see our shirts.
So we're handing out postcards, all that stuff, getting to talk to people. Talking to Billy was awesome. Getting to finally see him in person. So I'm hoping this becomes like a yearly thing where maybe we can go down. We'll be able to hang out with Billy and all that good stuff again because it was an awesome time. But yeah, Friday was fucking jam-packed.
But it was also like we were saying, we got to do a couple of things we wanted to do. Like for me, I wanted to meet Arian from Welcome to Derry. Like he was top of my, like other than Matthew, Arian, aka Rich from Welcome to Derry, I really wanted to meet him. And we did. Lines weren't too crazy. And first thing he did when I walk up to his table is he noticed I was, this is the first person that mentioned my socks hat. He goes, tell me you're actually from Boston. I'm like, yeah, we are. We actually came from there to do this. And he was wicked happy. Very nice kid.
Yeah, he was really cool.
He recreated the scene from Welcome to Derry with me with the middle finger. I'm sure Steve will put that in the
Yeah, that's
video.
why you have to watch it on YouTube. I'll throw it up on the video or watch on Spotify as well. I got to say, hello. I didn't get a photo with him or anything like that, but there was plenty of time for that to happen. We talked to a few different stars. And
you also tried to meet McKenna Grace that night.
Friday.
And we also got a virtual ticket for her. And same thing happened to her that happened to Matthew Lillard. Like it just didn't happen. They capped the line because, it's Friday night. The show didn't open till 6. There were certain people. So you had Matthew Lillard, you had McKenna, you had Spencer Charnas, just Shawnee Smith, Tobin Bell, just jam-packed. They virtual lines all weekend. But yeah, Friday night, unfortunately, it didn't happen for McKenna. But we were able to meet her. Was it Saturday or Sunday?
It was Saturday.
Yeah, and she was great. Very, very awesome.
She was awesome.
I know you were happy to get a cool Ghostbusters print signed
I was. Her. She's probably the only Ghostbuster I'll ever meet in my life because, Egon's dead. Harold Ramis, he's gone. Who is arguably my favorite Ghostbuster. I'll never meet him. So at least with McKenna Grace, she is Egon's granddaughter in Afterlife and Frozen Empire. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's an extension of the character. So I thought that was pretty cool, being able to meet her. So
yeah, it was cool, too, because you got to have a conversation with her because you chose to have an 8x10 of her and Egon signed. And it was really cool that you both got to have a conversation about that scene, about how emotional it is.
God, if you've never watched Ghostbusters Afterlife, that scene where Egon comes back as a ghost and is helping Phoebe fighting Gozer the Gozerian, it is fucking tear-jerking. Like, I was, just tearing up. My dad told me he teared up watching it. It is a fucking moment where us grown men are struggling to watch this scene. So, I was very happy to meet her. I think I should just jump into that because at the same time, I assaulted a police officer.
Yep, Steve almost ended up with a felony.
I almost ended up with a felony.
Luckily,
I'm going to say this is not my fault.
The officer was cool about it. I said, luckily, the officer was cool about it.
So the story is, I was flustered because I'm meeting a Ghostbuster. So I'm getting set up to take the photo, and my brain is not fully there. I'm like, oh yeah.
It is not there. So for the listeners, let me just describe this scene. Steve gets all cuddled up with McKenna, and the person, her handler or something, was like, are you going to give me something to take the photo with? And Steve's like, what? Huh? I'm like, Steve, the camera.
I should have just been like, take a mental photo. We're good. So I take my phone out and I give it to the handler to take the photo. And as I'm stepping back, the cop got in the spot that I was in for the photo. And so I'm stepping all over him and just bumping into the cop. And I'm like, oh shit. So immediately my fucking overthinking brain goes, yeah, this is technically a felony I just committed. So this cop is probably going to either throw my ass out or throw my ass in jail for stepping all over him. And no, he was cool about it. It's just he was too close to my general area. So as I'm stepping back, he was basically in my fucking bubble. So if you're in my bubble and I've already planned this kind of space, you're going to get hit. And it's not like I'm trying to. It's just going to happen because I'm expecting no one to be in that spot.
Yeah. So if you're the officer that Steve assaulted, thank you for being cool that day because I didn't really want to bail him out of jail. No. So if you're listening to this, thank you.
I don't know what jails are like in Texas.
Hot.
What? Hot? Yeah, probably hot.
Hey, remember when you tried to tell me there was no humidity?
Oh, there was after it rained, and which it did.
No, this was even before it
think it
rained.
was
You're like,
humid.
there's no humidity. It's dry heat. I'm like, what the fuck? Pull out your
That's a
weather.
dry heat to me.
And it's like 60%.
50. Come on, you're over-exaggerating for the podcast.
Okay, it was
Fine.
57.
Yeah, it was a little humid because it rained and that added to it. But like right away, it wasn't that humid to me because I'm used to us New Englanders. We have these fucking summers that are brutal, that are just completely humid. And then Florida, when I lived there for 4 or 5 months, just nothing but humid because that's like, swamps and shit. So, and just raining every single day for 8 hours. Just like at 3 o'clock for some reason, torrential downpours and stops at like 4 every day in Florida. It's the weirdest shit.
Really?
So, yeah, it's quite humid. I'm glad we didn't get arrested. Speaking of felonies, let's talk about us getting attempted rob. Someone trying to rob us. And just being like, I like how Corey explains this because he was in front of me as we're leaving the 7-Eleven, and he was the instigator of ignoring this robbery from happening.
And again, I did not even know this happened until we walked away and Steve explained what this guy was trying to do. Okay, so actually we weren't even coming out of the 7-Eleven. So we were leaving the hotel and we were walking around. We were usually normally walk around the backside of the 7-Eleven to get to that donut shop we found that we really
Young
liked.
Donuts, which are
But
awesome.
that particular day, there were like homeless people hanging out, and we were like, no, we're gonna go around the other side. So we walk around, we go get our donuts, and we come back, walk the same way because those homeless people are still there. And this guy comes up to us, and he's wearing a ski mask with a skull on it. And he puts his hand out and he opens his hand and he goes, "You want to buy some jewelry?" I say no. And he looks at me and he goes, "Well, how about donating some money?" And I said, "No, thank you." And we walked away. And Steve's like, "You just emasculated that guy." The second that happened, he's like, that dude went and reevaluated his whole life. He enrolled in college when he got in his fucking car.
Yep.
And Steve, every time we talk about this, Steve just dies laughing.
So fuck.
He was crying after it happened because I unknowingly just told this guy no thank you to being robbed.
Can you imagine how hardcore we are being from New England and just constantly accosted for money by like just homeless people and stuff like that? It happens constantly and we just automatically say, no, sorry, don't have money. Or we do the whole pop-up ad deal where we just keep walking, we pretend we don't hear it. This guy basically got in front of us, so it's kind of hard to ignore him. So that's when Corey was like, no, thank you. And his girlfriend was in the driver's seat. So she must have been like the getaway driver after like someone's getting robbed. But we were just like, nah, we're good. We walked back to the hotel and we took a little bit of a different way just to make sure he's not following us. But we get back to the room and we are fucking dying, laughing, talking about this situation all over again. And that was the phrase of the weekend was, no, thank you. We just like,
Yeah, we're actually gonna have new shirts made that say that
on the
it.
front. No, thank you. And maybe just
No, but,
small
yeah,
ass text. No, thank you.
I think it's hilarious with this dude's ski mask
Oh
on
my
it.
God.
But it's hilarious that I had no idea what had just happened until Steve. Like, I didn't even think about it. Because as you said, we're like from this area. We could ask for money a lot from homeless people, whatever. But they're not wearing fucking ski
No,
masks.
they're very much
With skulls on them.
No,
This dude had a black hoodie on, black sweatpants, and a ski
Yep.
mask.
and we're just like, no, thank you. Yeah, he's probably going back to community college. He's probably learning how to be a chef, reevaluating his whole life. And
Yeah, so we did him a favor.
you
that
know what?
day.
Because of us just completely ignoring this botched robbery, he's probably on a good path in life. He's going to go and own a company someday, and he's going to attribute that instance to the catalyst of him like setting himself up for success.
He's going to open a hot dog company.
No, we're not talking about that. My algorithm
what?
on Instagram is loaded with goth women. Goth.
What?
Goth women. It's not the other thing. So what happened was, out of nowhere, I was showing Corey how there's this girl on TikTok, or actually I showed him like Instagram, this girl that just rage baits me into like watching her content, and it's always food stuff that just pisses me off. And she did like a hot dog tower. I'm sorry, I said it. It was like a tower, and there was like hot dog water, and it's gonna happen again. I need to just get this away from me. I should just whip my phone across the room right now. So I showed him that, and I showed him how much it upsets me. And next thing I see, my whole Instagram feed is nothing but hot dogs. Everything that I worked for with that feed and tailored it to my fucking lunacy is now gone and is now nothing but hot logs. I'm not fucking saying that second word because it's going to think that I want to see that all over my Instagram.
It's too late now. You've already said it several times.
But we should go back into Texas Frightmare Weekend. So, yeah, I wanted to go back to Texas Frightmare Weekend because Friday, as we said, surprisingly busy. I've gone to conventions, like we've gone to Silver Scream Con, I've gone to PAX East. Friday is usually the lighter day, but people were excited to get in there. So that's why we weren't able to see Matthew Lillard that day or McKenna Grace, but Corey met Adrian, and we walked around. We got to see a lot of the vendors. I got such a badass shirt that I didn't think existed. It was a Strangeland t-shirt, which is such a cult classic at this point that really doesn't hold up the slightest bit. None whatsoever, because it's based on technology. It's based on this guy, Captain Howdy, cruising chat rooms, trying to get girls to hang out with him, and then he uses all sorts of torture shit and like piercings and whatnot. But I like the movie, but it really doesn't hold up. However, there's this one stand that was selling like the poster or like the movie cover, the movie poster of it, and it had like bands listed like Head PE, Cold Chamber and shit. I'm like, this is so fucking sick.
Wasn't it the soundtrack?
Well, it says all the bands that are on the soundtrack, but it's the actual movie poster. But that's how it was on the, if you looked at the VHS or the DVD of it, it has that exact cover. Like they really wanted to push the music aspect, I guess. But I got that. I love that shirt. It's in the wash right now.
There was some really great vendors. There were some really great vendors. I was trying not to go broke.
That was a problem because I wanted to buy everything. So I bought a bunch of patches because I'm working on a battle vest. So I got me a Jason patch that kind of looks like Mickey Mouse a little bit, but it's like the 8-bit Jason with like the purple suit and the blue mask and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So I got that. Got that T-shirt. Got a few more patches. I got a Texas Frightmare patch. So I did pretty well in the patch game.
That reminds me, I have to grab that. There was one vendor we found that had he makes a bunch of homemade stuff. There was a lot of like Phantasm, and my favorite, he had a bunch of Reanimator stuff. And he had this syringe. He had a small one and he had a large one with the green ooze in it. And I really wanted to buy one, but I was very afraid of flying with it. So I have
I mean, like, think about it. You have this needle with green ooze. If you throw that in your check bag, what the hell are they going to think? They're going to look at it and go, what kind of biological agent are you trying to get onto this flight?
Yeah, especially with like everything that's going on in the world right now. I don't want to be that guy that they're like, well, this guy's trying to smuggle some shit off to release some fucking deadly virus.
All right, so here's the problem.
So
this was a prime opportunity for you to do that, us be arrested, and then all over the news.
Publicity?
Podcasters, Steven and Corey from 30 Screams or Less, brought a syringe onto a flight that was a replica from the movie Reanimator. So now we are talking about promoting the podcast, promoting this guy, and promoting Reanimator. So it was...
Why didn't you suggest this when I was having a dilemma about buying
my
it?
brain doesn't work at the time, and then later on, like, I'm like, oh, God, that would have worked. Hindsight is 20/20.
I would have committed to the bit.
Commit to the bit. Exactly. So that could have been a good opportunity. You know, maybe we could have grown our YouTube following over our fucking hijinks. Whatever. But Friday, yeah, we saw all the vendors, and they were amazing. After that, did we check out any panels on Friday? No, I think Friday was merely just a scouting day. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really do any panels until Saturday. Right. And Saturday, speaking of panels, back to back to back to back to back.
And We're going to show some clips from those
They were
panels,
all
by the way.
bangers. Yeah, we got a bunch of clips, which you'll probably be seeing now.
Well, we'll see. I'll show them in a second. But we got to talk about Red Lobster.
Ooh, shrimp sweats.
We got the shrimp sweats. It was like 10 p.m. and we're leaving the convention. Just like, oh, shit. All right, we got to get there because we want to get endless shrimp. So they're like, okay, you can pick 3. And same as Olive Garden, where they try to intimidate you with the amount of food they're giving you right away for like Olive Garden does the all-you-can-eat pasta bowls. Red Lobster, they're like, here's 6 shrimp of each kind. So right away, 12 shrimp. And I'm like, I'm no bitch. I'm going to fucking eat all this. I ain't no bitch. So I ate all of the shrimp, and it was like a fettuccine Alfredo shrimp, which was interesting. There was like the fried shrimp.
The scampi.
What? Oh, the scampi. The scampi was my favorite of the 3. But yeah, scampi, Alfredo, and the fried in that order. So I polished off all that. We got our cheesy biscuits, which are fucking great as well. And then afterwards, we're like, all right, let's order another. And she's like, just a heads up, we're like closing at, well, we stopped cooking at 10:30. All right.
No, 11. We had till 11.
We had till 11 to get the fuck out of there, but like 10:30, they're just like, we don't want to cook anymore. And they're probably doing the whole cleanup and shit. So we do a second order of shrimp, and it's another. Oh, I'm sorry, I got my math wrong. It was 18 because we're like, it came in 6s, so it's like 6, 12, 18 shrimp right away. Fucking chaos. And then they were like, you can do 2 different types on the next order, so a smaller portion. I order the shrimp scampi and another Alfredo, which, by the way, comes with pasta, so automatically filling. Corey's like, he orders 3 different kinds, and then he realizes he can't eat all that. So
I was surprised she let me order 3 on the second round.
You weren't supposed to.
Oh, and spicy. So it was shrimp, and I had a really nice spicy margarita.
Yeah.
But yeah, she didn't say no the second time after telling me I could only order 2 the second time.
She was just like, yep, go ahead, whatever, get rid of it.
Suffering.
Yeah.
This was the first day of suffering because of food. Oh, my
God. We suffered a lot with food on this trip. But the shrimp sweats were well-deserved, and we just fucking wanted to get them because we don't have a Red Lobster near us. We have some of the best seafood in America in our area, but we don't have a Red Lobster because we don't need it. So it's like a delicacy to us, in a way. We're going to say a delicacy or a treat.
Are we the only people on the fucking planet that just called Red Lobster a delicacy?
Damn right we did. Yeah, we are. We're the only ones on the planet that would be like, Red Lobster is a delicacy to us.
Yeah, Red Lobster and Whataburger.
Whataburger. So after our shrimp sweats, go to bed, wake up, day 2, Saturday, absolute chaos. And I'm back to back to back to back panels. And oh my God, what a busy day. So naturally, we get there. We try to get there early, and we wanted to get in line for Matthew Lillard. Capped right away. So I'm like, shit. Okay. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe we can try on Sunday. So we get to see a few panels. So the first panel we see, as we're just kind of dicking around looking at things, we realize that McKenna Grace has a panel happening. So we're like, oh, shit, let's get upstairs. So we got to sit in on the McKenna Grace panel. She was like answering questions and stuff. And let's show you a clip of this panel and her answering a question from a fan about how to make it in Hollywood or what you need to do to make it in Hollywood.
No, definitely. It's a hard industry. So my one advice is always kind of, if it's something that you're passionate about, all you see is somebody's successes, so you don't see how many, like, on a daily basis there's constant no's. But also something that I have been thinking about a lot, and also talking about with my mom, because, you know, she's been with me since I was like a little girl, like traveling all over these places, is that you always kind of end up where you're supposed to be, you know?
So there's one thing we got to talk about, Corey. What do we got to talk about here with this convention?
I was just going to say the size of this place. Like Steve said, we cover Silver Scream every year. It's nowhere near the size of this venue. I'm sure it'll get there someday, but this was a 20th anniversary of Texas Frightmare, which is fucking crazy because they've been doing this for 20 years. That's wild. Props to Lloyd for running such an amazing event. But my original point here, the Irving Convention Center is massive. We're trying to find where these panels are. And we see this crazy line leading to an escalator. We're like, well, that must be where we're going. 4 levels to get to the top of this building to get to where the panels are being held. Oh, my God. It was such a gigantic venue. But yeah, The panel rooms were gigantic as well. In comparison to Silver Scream, I mean, DCU Center doesn't have as big of rooms. And every single panel we went to, there was not an empty seat in that room.
Nope, not an empty seat. Those panels were all packed. And yeah, we were fortunate to check out a lot of them. We also got to check out the Welcome to Derry panel. And they were all talking about all sorts of stuff with the show. And it was interesting to see, like, just a bunch of kids in front just talking to the audience. And yeah, here's another clip of that awesome panel, especially with Arian talking about his favorite part of the whole weekend so far.
Definitely for me, this weekend has definitely been interacting with my Latin and Hispanic community. I've seen people here from Puerto Rico, Chile, Mexico, everywhere. So really getting to meet you guys, it's an honor, and I'm sure it's an honor for you guys to be here in the same room with us.
So now we have these two panels done, and then comes the fucking doozy, the Scream panel. Ooh. That basically had everyone but Rose McGowan and Nev Campbell. Everyone was there. So everyone was fucking wanting to get in that line. I mean, the line was fucking deep. There was a lot of people waiting to get in there.
They were telling us that people were waiting hours to make sure they had a seat in this panel. We were lucky, and we were able to get get in.
Exactly. Yeah, people waiting for hours trying to get in, and we were lucky to get in. So when we sat down, they're talking about all sorts of cool things, especially how Matthew Lillard tends to like have his tongue sticking out.
Wasn't that our first scene all together? Yeah. It was, right? Yeah. I think it was like electric. You could just feel everybody's vibe and energy all of a sudden at once, because we didn't do a rehearsal period at all. We just sort of, if I remember correctly, so we just showed up and started creating, and it everybody's sort of a sponge to each other.
I loved how that was a running joke all weekend. Not only at this, but also at this. We'll get to it, but the screening we went to later on Sunday night. It was always about
the tongue. And there's one thing I want to bring up on this, because now it's starting to become like a running joke with Corey and I, where it used to be Jose Mangan, where we call the ghost of Jose Mangan, because everywhere we were going, for some reason, he was just popping up. And we're just like, he is everywhere we are. And so now there must have been some sort of transference that it's no longer Jose Mangan, it is now Spencer Charnas. Everywhere we went, Spencer Charnas was. So we're just walking around, boom, Spencer Charnas. We went out to dinner. Boom, Spencer Charnas walks in. And we're leaving the hotel. Boom, Spencer Charnas is walking across. I'm like, oh my God. And then, then we go to this panel. Boom, Spencer Charnas is in the panel. I'm like, we're talking about Scream 1. How is he here? But he wanted to talk a little bit about his whole, like, how he was involved in like newer Screams and like Twisting the Knife, the song being part of Scream 7.
And he was in the Terrifier panel.
Oh shit, you're right. Okay, so he was in the Terrifier panel too. So that is now 5 instances where we have crossed Spencer Charnas. So Spencer Charnas. But the next day we're like, okay, we're gonna go to the Scream watch along with Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be great. Boom, Spencer Charnas is on stage. I'm like, this guy is everywhere we are. And I was fully expecting for him to be sitting next to us on the plane when we get home, like on our way home, because there was an empty seat for a little bit. I was fully expecting it to happen, but it didn't happen. So we exercised Jose Mangan by interviewing him. I think we need to have Spencer Charnas next to exercise that.
I would love that. Maybe we can get him for Silver Scream this year. We can to promote that.
That would be really cool. So we'll see what happens. But I don't want to jump to Sunday just yet, because we still had some things that we want to talk about. So we bumped into our good friend Samantha Scaffidi again, and we got to talk to her for a few minutes. Immediately as we walked up, she's like, "Hey, you guys! I didn't expect you here." Like, she remembered us, which is so cool, because a lot of these actors, they do all of these conventions or interviews, and I like to think that a lot of these actors don't tend to remember all these people that they meet, and that's fair. But she must have really great memory because we showed up and she knew us right away.
Well, not only that, but like we talked to her, obviously, and she's a really great person. She's not like caught up in it, you know what I mean? Caught up with who she is because she's a fucking star. Yeah, it was really cool. We walked up just to say hello. We wanted to give her one of our new postcards because her face is on it. And I remember this vividly. This is like one of my favorite parts of the weekend. So Sam wrote a book. Well, I'm going to talk about this first. Sam wrote a book. Actually, I have it right
Yeah, why
here.
don't you talk about it?
Buy yourself one if you. I think she has them on her website.
She might have a few left because it is limited edition.
This particular one is limited to 100 copies because I have the hardcover and she gave me a cool little signature here.
Aw.
But anyways, it's about trauma and, she's very open about her. She was on our podcast talking about she's a survivor of domestic violence. But anyways, we walk up to her and we give her one of our new postcards. And I got, she signed my book for me. And she said, "Oh, my face is on it. I finally made it." Stuck with me.
That was a good one. Yeah, I mean, that was probably one of our favorite interviews, so it made sense to put her up there.
She's our friend at this point, right? She's our friend. I mean, we communicate with her. We email with her all the time.
So she's awesome.
We talked about having her back on the show. She wants to be back on with us, so maybe now we can organize it somehow. Maybe I'll shoot her an email and see if she has some time.
Yeah, if there's anything she wants to promote or just wants to shoot the shit with us. Hell, I would love to have a guest that just reviews a movie with us.
Oh, that'd be cool. I know Billy said he would do
that
it.
would be fun. Just have him watch the movie, we'll watch it, and then it's a 30 Screams or Less special fucking 3-way review type deal. That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Honorary guest.
An honorary guest reviewer. So I think that'd be really cool. Maybe we'll have Billy do it. So Sam was awesome. After meeting her, we're just like, all right, we're kind of kicking around. We go, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to meet Emma Roberts, who I didn't realize up until the weekend that she's related to Julia Roberts.
I didn't know that
completely
either.
over our heads, and it makes sense because her last name is Roberts. So we go, why don't we just go meet her? We go upstairs. We get a photo with her, and she was really nice to us. So I had a really pleasant experience meeting Emma Roberts. But Corey had a little bit of a different experience meeting her. This was like the ongoing joke this weekend.
So, again, we're in Texas, right? I'm wearing a Red Sox hat. And a lot of people let me have it because of that. Emma Roberts Arian from Welcome to Derry was happy with it. But Emma Roberts being the first that kind of, jabbed me a little bit. Subtly, right? So I get up and, we're talking and I'm just like, we're just having a chat. She goes, "I like your hat." And I said, "Are you a Red Sox fan?" She says, "No, I like going to Fenway Park." And I'm like, oh.
Burn. Probably likes going to see any other baseball team beat us. Burn.
I'm like, I'm picking up what you're putting down. So yeah, that was my interaction with her. Very, very nice.
Yeah, but she was really cool.
I'm very excited that she's back and they're doing that season of American Horror Story bringing back the whole cast. I asked her if she could tell me anything about it. Nope. I'm in it. That's all that I can say.
Can't tell you anything. Which that's probably disclosure stuff you can't tell anyone. So it happens. It's pretty common in Hollywood. But when I went up to meet her, some people were just taking like a photo behind the table. So like it would just be kind of like top up, right? And the table would be there. I didn't want that kind of photo. So I was like, can I just get like a photo from behind the table without the table in front of us? And she's like, "Oh, yeah, sure." Like, she was more than willing to oblige. So I had a very pleasant experience meeting Emma Roberts. And Corey, he did as well, but he got trolled.
It was absolutely a pleasant experience, and I love the trolls because I'm a fucking troll myself. You know that. I was fucking with your audio while we were recording before.
Fucking stupid. I thought someone was hacking me for a minute, and no, he was just messing with my audio, my camera, turning shit on and off. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He had me for a second.
Yep. I mentioned all of these troll jobs to my wife, and she's like, "Yeah, the troll's getting trolled."
I thought that was funny. So after we're done meeting Emma Roberts, we're like, oh shit, okay, it's almost time for us to have a photo op with Tobin Bell. And so we get in line. We get up to Tobin Bell. He shakes my hand immediately, right away, Corey. And Corey's been
again.
All the trolling that you do was just building up to this weekend where you were going to get it in return.
So I'm wearing a Red Sox hat again, and we walk up to Tobin Bell. It's our turn to, get our say our hellos and whatever. And I say, "It's nice to meet you." And he says, "It's nice to meet you too, except for that fucking hat." And I said, "You're not a Red Sox fan?" And he's like, "No, I grew up a Yankees fan." I didn't know this. So he was born in New York City, and then his mother raised him in Weymouth, Massachusetts.
Had no idea.
So he grew up, like I said, a New York Yankees fan, but he lived in Massachusetts. Anyways, Tobin Bell and I, this was like my starstruck moment of the weekend, and I felt like such an asshole because they're shuffling this line through. They're doing 15-minute sessions with everyone for each time frame, and I felt like such an asshole because Tobin Bell is literally just talking to me about fucking baseball, and I am freaking the fuck out. It's Jigsaw.
Yeah, it's fucking Jigsaw.
We're having a conversation about something I love so much. And, I feel bad because the photographer, I think she was getting a little irritated. But yeah, Tobin took a really nice photo with us. I'm sure you'll see that on social media. And I have never been slapped in the back as hard as I was by Tobin Bell.
He just assaults you.
When we left that. He slapped me so hard in the back. Whatever. I like a freak out moment, starstruck, whatever you want to call it. That was a moment of the weekend for me, was meeting him. Regardless, this man played John Kramer in the Saw franchise, one of the most legendary franchises of all time. And he was in every single one, right? Even though they kind of killed him in the third, they kind of retconned it in the rest of them.
The only
right?
one he wasn't in was Spiral, which is just kind of like a...
I don't count. That doesn't count. Fuck that one. Chris Rock. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that one.
But yeah, Saw is like up there as one of my favorite franchises of all time. And like just having the opportunity to share a few words with that guy just made my whole weekend.
Yeah, it was so cool. But yeah, meeting him was awesome. He's just seems like a very down-to-earth guy, even if it was just for moments. So we had a very good experience. We'll remember that for fucking ever. So he was great.
Yep.
So Saturday was pretty jam-packed for us. It was a very busy day. I don't even remember what we did after that.
So I think that pretty much wrapped it up. I mean, Saturday afterwards, I think Tobin we did. And then Saturday, the convention ended at 1 o'clock. I think our photo op was at like 2:45.
Oh, no,
whatever.
it ended a little later than that, right? Like
No,
5 o'clock. Okay, it ended at 5 o'clock.
So we might have just gone around and shot the shit a little more. We took a photo that day too. So there's a Facebook group called Clown Alley, which is all of the Circus of the Dead people, like actors, actresses, fans, whatever. They organized a photo, like a photo with everyone that's a member of that group. So that photo will be on our social media too. There was like 30 of us in this photo with Billy and Kelly. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. Actually, I already saw the...
What else did we do?
I saw the photo. I saw the photo posted earlier today in that group. So actually, I saw that you commented on it anyways, but I didn't comment it because fuck it. No, I was gonna say something like, "Hey, that's me on the far left with Corey," or something like that, but I just didn't do it for some reason. I don't know. But that was pretty much the extent of our Saturday. We got a lot done. Met a lot of people. Checked out a whole bunch of panels. So overall, great day. Sunday now is the kind of lollygag day, killing time until later when we do the Scream watch along with Skeet, Ulrich, and Matthew Lillard. So,
oh my god,
God, that was great. So we go back to Texas Frightmare Weekend, and we're kind of dicking around a little bit, seeing if there's anything else we want to buy, or if there's like anyone else we want to just jump in and meet real quick. But we think we had our fill for the weekend. We met pretty much everyone we wanted to, minus Matthew Lillard, which it happens. So he's an in-demand individual. So it's going to be tricky meeting him. It's going to happen, just don't know when. So we get there, and then we have the Terrifier panel that we want to go to because that was scheduled for Sunday. So we're like, all right, we got to get into this panel. So I'm going to drop a clip of Damien actually talking about the scene from Terrifier 2, the bedroom scene, and how that like really affected him.
Keep listening to Casey Harnett scream in my ears for like hours, and there was no music laid into it yet to give it that element of fantasy. And it was just like, oh my gosh, like this woman just being tortured, and like seeing these visuals, and I really stopped and I got lightheaded. And I called Dave and I was like, man, I'm cutting this scene. I said, I think it's really gonna work.
That was a great panel to check out, just seeing all of them talk about the Terrifier franchise. And that was pretty much the only reason we were there. It was just to check out that one panel and then just kind of lollygag for a bit, kill some time, because later on we had the watch along. But there was one one major thing that we needed to do before we left Texas, and that was to have some Texas fucking barbecue.
Terry
fucking Blacks. Every time we said to someone like, "Oh, we want to get some Texas barbecue," we heard good things. Oh, you should go to Terry Black's. Every person we interacted with and mentioned barbecue, the first thing they said was Terry Black's. So we're like, okay, let's go to Terry Black's. So we go to Terry Black's, and holy shit, they weren't kidding. It was the best barbecue I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like shit for the rest of the night.
Because
it was good, but I couldn't stop. I've never had smoked turkey before.
Damn.
So this was Sunday. I've been fucking dreaming about that smoked turkey. It is, what, Friday right now when we're doing this?
Exactly. So fucking good. We got turkey, brisket, ribs. What was the other thing we got? Oh, sausage.
Did you say sausage?
What? No, I didn't say sausage. Yeah. At the same time, we said sausage.
Cornbread, which never got
I
eaten.
ate the cornbread.
It kind of crumbled in your bag.
We got cornbread. We got potato salad, cream corn, macaroni and cheese. It was a fucking spread. We just like, all right, let's try a bit of everything. And it's so weird how you order, because it's almost like you're ordering from the deli, where you go up to the deli counter and you're like, I'll take a quarter pound of ham or whatever. Just like that. So we would go up and we're like, we'll have like 6 slices of turkey and like a quarter pound of brisket and stuff like that. And they're just, oh wait, ribs. We got ribs as well. Fuck, we got a lot of stuff. Oh my God.
Oh, I forgot about the ribs. You could literally pick up the rib and shake it, and the meat fell off.
So turkey, ribs, brisket, sausage.
We didn't even say brisket the first time.
Oh God, it was just a ton of meat on our plates. Yeah.
We decided to get a whole bunch of stuff and just
exactly best way to do it.
Because, yeah, and like Steve said, I think we got one of everything, and it was just
so good.
Because there was a storm coming in, we decided to sit down and eat outside, and we can see the clouds are coming towards us, and the people that work at the restaurant start taking the umbrellas from the tables because they're going to turn into fucking harpoons at some point.
Yep.
Right? We're going to sit outside and relax and, hang out because we had time to kill before we went to the Scream thing. And then we went and stood in the rain to get into the theater, which I didn't know until we went. But the Texas Theater, we talked about this, is where they arrested Lee Harvey Oswald after he assassinated JFK and killed the police officer. That very room we were sitting in is where they arrested him.
And what an interesting place. I have never been in a theater like that. That is...
Nope. It was amazing.
Amazing. Iconic. You are just walking through all of these crazy back rooms just to get to like the main room, like the second floor of the or like mezzanine. To get to the mezzanine, you're walking through like all these weird fucking corridors. It's so wild. The whole thing's made of stone. It was just really cool. That's got to be a well, it actually is a landmark. It has to be because
because of what we're just talking about.
So that thing's been around, I think, 100 years. Not to mention now it's part of history. So it was such a cool place. We had some pretty cool seats for watching the watch along. And my favorite part of this watch along was the Mystery Science Theater 3000 style of Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich talking about the movie as it's playing while they're getting drunk.
So keep in mind that to the audience that this has never happened. They have never done this ever. They have never done live commentary over this movie, like Steve said, like Mystery Science Theater. For those that don't know, Mystery Science Theater is like literally people are watching the movie and doing commentary on it, like comedy, right? But you have Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich watching a movie they literally made 30 years ago. When they were, what did he say, 20, 21?
Like that. They were young, pretty young.
Just doing commentary, and they're having drinks, so they're progressively, the speech is getting...
more slurred.
The speech of someone that, slurred, right? Matthew Lillard started crying at some point. He's a very emotional guy. It was sweet. He answered a call from his wife while he was talking to the crowd.
That was funny.
He was like, should I answer this? It's my wife. And he answers the call and he holds the microphone up to his phone and his wife is yelling, hi, audience, or something like that. Very, very cool. Two super humble guys. I mean, I got an opportunity. We actually both met Skeet last year at Silver Scream, and he's a very sweet guy.
He's awesome.
I can't say enough about people that are considered celebrities and they don't get caught up in that. They know where they came from. They're people. They just hang out. They talk to people. They meet fans, the people like us that appreciate what they did 30 years ago. It's insane. But yeah, someday, like, meeting Matthew Lillard is on my bucket list.
It's going to happen. It will happen, but we just don't know when it'll happen. But here's a clip from the watch along with Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich.
Fucking way to watch this movie. We are about to spoiler alert. We are in the movie. There's no spoiler. Listen, I need you to watch the movie first. Everyone just take 10. Yeah. There's actually a lot of people. That was a lot of people. Is that 5 people? No, this is the wrong one. Listen, you can't have your money back. Skeet already spent it. I bought these jeans. You spent all the money from tonight on that. These are worth it. Worth it. Wait. Turn around. Settle down, for God's sake. I just went upstairs and like jumped on a chair and like did air guitar, and I realized I had a huge hole. You should be sitting in the back. Yeah.
So yeah, this was an awesome time. I'm laughing my ass off as they're doing the commentary. Again, Spencer Charnas is there. Out of nowhere, Matthew Lillard is like, oh, hey, everyone, Spencer Charnas is here. And I'm like, no fucking way.
You know what I thought was cool about this panel too, in the commentary, was there's this like, ever since the movie came out, there's always been a debate of who killed who in the first movie.
That's right. Go ahead.
So they're talking about the scene in the very first movie where like Casey is taking the phone call from Ghostface. And this happened, the commentary throughout the whole movie between the two of them, the banter, like, that was me. That was me. That was me. But I also didn't know that, because I always thought Lee Waddell was the one that wore the costume because he was all the stuntman, right? So the scene where Ghostface in the movie in Stu's house, when Ghostface comes up behind, was it Jamie Kennedy's character?
Yeah. And he's up in.
Anyways, they were talking.
He's in the living room and like he's sitting there drunk and he's like behind you as he's watching.
Yes.
Halloween, I think.
But anyways, Matthew Lillard, I think it was Matthew Lillard, said, that was me. I asked Wes Craven if I could wear the costume for one scene. So it was either Matthew or Skeet in that scene, but one of them wore the costume. Yeah. It wasn't a stuntman for that one scene.
So that is what we got to experience, where a lot of people did not. So the internet community's been debating for years who did what scene. And
30 years, dude. 30 years they've been debating
this. And we got to hear who did what. So I thought that was really cool. For instance, the garage kill, that was Billy, because Stu was already with the people and everything, and he was telling Rose McGowan's character to get some beer. So obviously that was Billy. So it was cool just to hear them say who was who in each scene. But yeah, that's something that we'll know that you won't.
Well, they'll know now because they're going to be listening to this episode.
We gave a little taste. We didn't tell them like everyone, but I don't think they even knew who was the killer in everyone because it was so long ago and it's like a blur to them.
So another thing I really like too is they had like these iconic lines in the movies, like they're memes basically, right? So we're watching it with Matthew and Skeet, and like the scene when Stu goes, my mom and dad are going to be so mad at me. He yells it into the microphone. You know, he's inebriated at this point and he says it. My mom and dad are going to be so mad at me.
Everyone was saying it too. Oh, it was so funny.
And then like the scene with Henry Winkler, he started talking about how amazing of a person Henry Winkler is. And he's like, if he ever does a convention, like you need to meet him. He's that amazing of a person. Yeah. Just the little details that, you know, I never knew. I don't know about you, but hearing it live from the two of them was just like,
oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So when Matthew Lillard got emotional, it was because Wes Craven said to him that you're going to win an Oscar one day, or you're going to win an Academy Award one day. And he never forgot that, and it always makes him tear up when he remembers that. So it's like something that he always kind of looked back at as like a fond memory for him. So that was really cool for Wes Craven to say that and have such faith in Matthew Lillard. But it was a pretty awesome night. And after that, we just went back to the hotel and we were toast because next day we were going to a Rangers game. So on Monday, we're like, okay, let's just fucking hang out for a little bit. And it was like raining for a little while, so we didn't really want to go outside and do shit. So pretty much low key hung out in the hotel room until it was time to go to the baseball game. And it was an awesome time. It's wild to see a baseball stadium that isn't Red Sox. So we were just like, holy shit, this is massive.
Yeah, it's like a theme
It's
park.
ginormous. Absolutely.
Which, ironically, it is next to a Six Flags.
Right. Yeah, it was massive. So we stayed until the 7th inning and decided, you know what? I think we're good. Let's just head out. We thought we were doing the smart thing of leaving at in the 7th inning and getting an Uber. It was not smart. Apparently,
It wasn't, because number one, we missed a no-hitter.
fucked up.
And number two, you take this.
Number two, what fucking lunacy trying to get an Uber like outside of that place. So we call for the Uber, we fucking put it in the phone for the Uber, and we go to like the rideshare area, and this guy is just not coming. And so he ends up canceling on us. I'm like, all right, fuck. So there's all these cars in a line, and they're like, oh, Uber here, Uber available. And we're like, all right, how much? Well, I can do 80. I'm like, we're 15 minutes away. We're not paying $80 for a 15-minute ride. Forget it. And then another guy was like, I can do 60. I'm like, forget, this is ridiculous. So we're not paying that kind of money just to drive to our fucking hotel. So I'm like, all right, let's start walking. Let's try to get away from the stadium, and maybe we'll be able to get an Uber driver that is way cheaper. So we keep walking, we walk, and we get down to like the esports arena, which I'm thinking we're safe at this point. So
How many times did we run across a highway?
oh my God. We 4 times back and forth.
across a highway.
Across a highway. So we're going like back and forth on this fucking highway like we're Frogger, and Corey's just trying to get this Uber to come. The guy fucking drives right by us and says that he picked us up on the app and that like the ride was complete. Corey's like, what the fuck? The guy took my money. So luckily Uber was able to refund you, right?
Oh, yeah, I was
Okay,
able to get my
good.
money back.
So Uber was able to refund him, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to try. So I managed to get us an Uber. I had a $10 off coupon. Corey's pissed because he's been taking care of the Ubers the whole time, and he didn't get a discount. So
No discounts.
fucking discounts. No,
Fuck
I
me.
guess fuck Corey. So we finally get this guy, and we're like, holy shit, about time. Because at that point, we've been dicking around for an hour trying to find an Uber when we could have just stayed inside and watched a no-hitter. So yeah, that's on us. We fucked up, but we get an Uber. We go back to the hotel.
The Uber driver had some interesting stories, though. I
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
the Uber drivers we experienced were pretty interesting. This one was telling us all about how he was like robbed and stabbed and all this stuff, and I'm like, dude,
we
holy
almost got robbed this week.
like, crazy. He's like, I've been stabbed a few times. Which, like, what are you fucking talking about? No one should be stabbed once, let alone a few.
Oh, yeah, they cut the tendons in my hand. I've had 4 surgeries.
What the fuck?
What?
Like, dude, holy shit.
I got carjacked 4 times, and you're driving Uber?
Crazy. So that was a wild ride. We get back, and at that point, we're like, final meal before our flight in the morning. Let's get Steak and Shake. And oof, that was fucking great.
I had so much meat in the span of 5 days.
I had a lot of fucking beef in in those few days.
That Steak and Shake was good, though. I've never had that before. And the beef tallow fries.
Which I thought were great. You didn't notice much of a difference.
Nope, just tastes like greasy fucking French fries.
I thought they were flavorful, though. The shake, I got a Kit Kat shake. Fucking great. The day before, we got Lucas Tacos. And we figured, like, we're in Texas. This is, like, a taco country where we were. Because there was, like, taco places everywhere. So we're like, all right, let's order from there. DoorDash that. The burritos were great. The tacos were fine. So if you go there, get a burrito.
I just remember you trying to eat that red sauce, and I
Oh,
was
my
dying.
God. That was a bad idea. I'm sitting on the bed eating the burrito, and I put the red sauce on, and as soon as I take a bite, I'm like, that was a bad idea. I'm like, oh my God, my mouth is on fire. And Corey's just laughing at me the whole time.
Yeah, I was
He
enjoying
likes
it.
my suffering.
Because I'm pouring the red sauce on my burrito, enjoying it, and you're suffering. But you don't do spice a lot.
I'll
so.
do a little spice, but that was a little more than I like. So
It was spicy, but like you could actually see the seeds from the pepper in the sauce.
Yeah, so that was spicy. But yeah, the next day we were just on our way back to New England and had a pretty successful trip. So Corey, you know what? We'll do this. What do you rate Texas Frightmare Weekend?
Out of what? I only have a movie rating.
Well, we do. I know. I like to do a 5 out of 5 personally.
I mean, I'm gonna say a 5 out of 5. It was an incredible experience.
Exactly.
I'm super thankful that this was our first out of New England convention that we've done. I mean, we literally flew halfway across the fucking country because they wanted us to cover this event, and I'm super thankful that they did this, and I'm really hoping that they invite us back next year because I would love to do that again.
I hope so too.
I think the organization is just the fact that they can pack a venue of that size. The organization, every single person we met was super nice. The staff that were working all the lines, like fucking incredible job. I think the virtual line thing is amazing. We had never seen that before. They developed they have an app where they develop. You know, it has floor plans, it has schedules. The virtual line thing you can manage all from the app. Like, it's just insane, the thought that goes into this. I know that they've got the experience. They've been doing it for 20 years. It gets better every year. The guest list gets better every year. They're going to keep getting bigger and better. And I really hope from here on out they have 30 screams or less to cover.
I really hope so
this
too.
Event, 'cause
and
I'm already looking forward to next year.
And if we can go again next year, I've got plans. So I've been thinking about what we can do to up our game for coverage. Some more video shit and all that. But more of that to come. But yeah, 5 out of 5, Texas Frightmare Weekend. It was so awesome. I was grateful for actually having the opportunity with Corey to actually get down there, as you were saying. But yeah, I hope to do it again next year. And if you ever have a chance to go to Texas Frightmare Weekend, definitely be sure to check it out. All right, everyone, help out our algorithm by liking, following, and subscribing to us on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, and Slasher. Yes, all of them. No, we're not sorry.
Leave us a 5-star review on every podcast platform you use so strangers can also regret listening to us. Tell your friends too, because misery loves company.
Our intro and outro music is courtesy of Andrew Scott Bell. Go listen to him on all major streaming platforms. And if you see Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey on vinyl in the wild, be sure to buy it immediately like a responsible adult.
We're part of the Shining Wizards Network. Wrestling, heavy metal, horror, basically everything your parents warned you about. Go check them out at shiningwizardsnetwork.com.
Visit 30screamsorless.com to buy some merch.
Want us to review something? Contact us through our website or scream into the void on social media. Same difference.
Also, freshen up your face with Beard Octane and save some money while you're at it. Be sure to use the code 30screams10 at checkout to save 10% off your order, because your beard deserves better than neglect and regret. Smell good, look alive, and scare people for the right reasons. I'm Steve.
And I'm Corey.
And thanks for listening to 30 Screams or Less, and don't forget to drink your beans.